What's up, everybody? What's going on? Trying to get my live going. All right. Transportation Tuesday, man. All right. What's up, man? I see half your, I see half your face, man. There you go. Oh, oh my God, man. What's up, man? Where you been?
School.
Uh, I know you've been at school. You forgot about your uncle,
She
man. That's messed up.
came here to
I
see
know
you.
she did, but I forgot. She forgot about your uncle. I'm so mad at you. I'm just
She was
messing with you.
expecting you to be here and not where you are
I
right
know.
now.
I know. How you
But
doing, Edie Weedy? How
I'm
you doing, Edie?
good.
You doing okay? Uh,
Yes.
all right. I've been watching your dance moves, man. I got you. My niece be doing her thing. That's what I'm saying. Hey, man, I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you.
So proud of you. I'm proud of you, love. So proud of you. Um, so how long you gonna be there when I get off, or we can catch you next time? We got to come back out to Marietta. We'll come out and have lunch with you. We're gonna try to. You need to have. If you're not there when I get there, just we'll have to come out and have lunch with you while you in school, okay?
Okay.
Because we was out there
last Sunday.
last Sunday, so we'll come out there and have lunch with you.
Oh, that worked last Sunday.
Well, you just got to fit us in your busy schedule as far as your K-pop tours and things.
I'm done with that for the month of
For
November.
the month of November. Okay, so just tell us, hey, Uncle Tori, y'all come out here and we'll have lunch or something. Okay, all right.
Okay.
I miss you, man. But if I don't see you, I'll definitely make sure I see you soon. And Uncle Tori, love you, and I appreciate you, man, because you doing your thing. You doing your thing. We proud of you. So okay.
Yeah.
All right, love. Let me know if you need something, okay?
I
All right,
will.
okay. All right, love. What's up, man?
Hey,
Yeah, we just so today it's like Halloween, of course. Man, I gotta get some candy I had candy in my hand for the kids, and they ain't even getting none.
me either. So the lights will be out tonight.
Nah, I'm gonna bring some candy home,
But
man,
see,
for the kids, man.
that's why Edie came, because she came to pass out candy with me. And
You want to send up the Ingles and get some right quick? Just give her a couple dollars, go to Ingles, get her.
I doubt if anybody has candy at this moment.
No, Ingles got some. They got some.
We'll see. We'll be okay.
Okay, I got you. Okay. So anyway, yeah, we're just talking about this payroll tax. Hey, everybody, how you doing? Joining
Hey,
us?
Party 5504.
How you doing? Hey, that my man Funk Dog 5. What's going on, man? Just want to tell everybody thank you for getting on here with us. Transportation Tuesday. It's been a success. We've been working on it for for what, a year now. I used to candy on sale today. Yeah, I know, man. We got to get some, man. I'm at to send my niece up there, man. They just send her to get a couple. Just send her to get a couple bags, man. To Ingalls. See if you to go there and get a couple bags, cause it still got a little time. So I don't know, just
Okay.
but I need to, yeah. And then I got some money on me, but I just needed to, give it back.
Mhm.
Hey, Miss Nelson, how you doing? Uh, hey, cuz, how you doing? How you doing? All right, everybody. I'm glad everybody joining me. So anyway, we're talking taxes today. And a lot of times people always think that taxes is what you call hey, what's going on, Miss Nelson? Hey, how you doing, Kim? How you doing? Um, so um, so what we thinking is that when it comes to property taxes in your business, this is the number one thing that put people out of business. You know, um,
Mhm.
and in transportation, it definitely is important. So when we're doing, as far as like when you have to deal with let's say payroll tax, right? When you're dealing with the payroll tax, just to kind of you give me an inside scoop behind the payroll taxes.
Mhm.
When you're setting up our taxes, we have to make sure we pay the FICA, federal,
We have to pay.
state.
We have to pay federal, state, and Georgia Department of Labor.
Mm-hmm.
Um, no, yeah, federal, state, and unemployment tax.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I'm forgetting one.
Well, that's the Social Security now.
Well, the
FICA.
Social Security that comes and okay, that's the tax filing, and that's considered a 941, 940, 941. But because of the way our business is set up, we have to pay taxes every week
Because we're an S corp.
S corp, right? Right. So we have to pay taxes every week for federal.
And so the thing about it, the reason why I was trying to take the
federal and state. I'm sorry.
Take the scare out of taxes when you come to small businesses. Small businesses,
and those are
we have to,
payroll taxes.
Yeah, that's payroll tax. That's just payroll tax. We ain't talking about everything else. You know, we're gonna get into everything else. Because we're gonna talk about all those different things. But I'm just saying, when we're talking about, you know, the average, that it affects the employee. If you have employees, you know what I'm saying. Now, if you're just an owner operator, then depending on how this is why I talk about it in the ebook. Depending on how you structure your company as an LLC, me personally, I will always side on the side of LLC. If you're gonna be like maybe maybe 1 to 2 trucks, you know, because I would say that only because if anything, I would say maybe 5 or less trucks. You know, I would probably stay on LLC. Well, now I know 1 truck to 2 trucks, I'll say LLC. You know, but anything above that, I would probably try to get incorporated, because now you get into the sticky part of your personal stuff. Because even with the LLC, you know, it has its protections, but it also has its loopholes to have your personal side accountable. Because, you know, especially with a lot of today's, every time you look around, somebody wants to sue a truck, kind of, sort of, you know. So you have to be mindful in this business.
It protects your personal assets.
Exactly. Yeah. So and that's where structure comes in at. He said even if you put them on a 1099, well, and this is where it gets
if you put them on a 1099, then that individual is responsible for their own taxes. The company is not responsible for their taxes. You're just responsible for making sure they know the amount of money they made for the year. But a contractor who you would normally give a 1099 to, they're responsible for their own taxes.
That's true. But Funk Dog, I want to say this though. When you get into doing your 1099, the one thing you have to be careful with that is that I had to learn this. Let's say you have a contract. Let's say you have a contract, and by having that contract, some customers can require you to have workman comp on those particular individuals. But what you have to understand now, if you're working on that location, some of them may not let you do a 1099, because at the end of the day, you have to understand something. Subcontractors, you might have to label them as a subcontractor to do that 1099. Remember that, because at the end of the day, you got to realize that because they don't because they don't own that truck. You see what I'm saying? And that's where it gets a little bit sticky. Because see, the one thing I had to learn is that because transportation is a little bit different. You know, when you're working on like sites and different things like that, you know, some contracts can make you got to have workman comp on in the state of Georgia. in order to have workman comp on it, if you got 2 more units, you got to have workman comp on your, that's considered your employee. And if you 1099 them, you have to be mindful of that. So I would always say, like I said, you can reach out to me as a, consult with you on it, to try to, make sure everybody is in line with it. If following, actually is, that you have it set up correctly, your structure, so that you don't run into those issues. Me getting on here today, and I want to say this and reiterate this, today is just, when we do Transportation Tuesday, is literally it's really just giving you advice. It's not, because what happens is when you come in as a consultation, that's when we stand on, being able to put the pen to the paper and make sure that it works for your business. Because because that's the one thing about here, I'm not going to try to consult on this site. I'm going to advise that these are the things in my opinion, because from a legal perspective, I have to know what your structure is, or what structure you're trying to go, before I can speak on specifically to your to where your company is structured. So when it comes to taxes is a very sticking point. And I'll give you an example. If I, as a owner of a company, my company, and I say, okay, I want to pay myself I want to give myself a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
The way my company is structured, I have to pay taxes on that money.
Mm-hmm.
Because I get a W-2.
Right.
So I have to record
you gotta
it.
take
So
taxes out of it.
I have to record it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where, if not, then it's considered a loan.
Right.
So that's why trying to get everybody to understand that it's you have to understand, this is how people get into certain issues. So when it's time to get ready to pay your taxes, when it's if you get a bonus, guess what? I still have the a little bit of flexibility, but when it's time to record that money,
Mm-hmm.
it's
And
taxes.
also too, when the way we're structured, we have to pay our taxes every week.
Yeah.
However, that's because of the tax bracket that we're in. Some companies, LLCs and S corps, I think when you hit a certain tax bracket, that's when you got to pay weekly. But sometimes you can pay your taxes quarterly, right? So some companies pay their payroll taxes quarterly, but because of the tax bracket that we're in, the amount of revenue we generate, we have to pay ours weekly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's that's why that's why I said on here, what I will always try to do, if someone comes on here, I'm going to give you a general, advise you from a general perspective, but if I know your situation, yeah, you do it quarterly, yeah, that's fine. So, Funk Dog, if you do it quarterly, you probably are you an LLC? If you're an LLC, I think that quarterly is fine. I think that's, but we're S corp.
We're S corp, yeah. So we have to pay. We're S corp in a certain that generates a certain amount of revenue.
Mm-hmm. So
we're required to pay weekly.
Pay weekly, yeah. And so that's what I'm saying. So, but that's where it goes back to having a good accountant too. Yeah, your LLC. So okay.
Yeah.
So that's where you come into making sure you have a good accountant and a good bookkeeping. So because what happens is that the reason why we did this, let's talk about taxes, like on Halloween, because of the ghosts and the goblins to it. We just trying to let you know that regardless, I'm not here. I'm not speaking on as a personal speaker for the IRS or anything like that, but I'm saying to you, they give you guidelines to follow, and if you follow them, then you usually don't have no problems with them. And I knock on wood, not saying that they're not saying, because the thing about it, what people still tend to forget about them, we just say don't pay in, don't get no money back at the end of the year. Right, break even. Got you. I understand. But see, the difference is now, I will say this, Funk, as an S corp, we we don't have that flexibility like that. I'm just being honest, man. That's the one thing I tell anybody. You LLC, you got some flexibility, you know. I think everybody want to run to the ink. Man, I'm ink. Bruh, you gonna feel in that ink too. That's all I'm saying. So, but at the end of the day, you know, like I said, with my wife, when we get on here, we just try to have some fun with it, have a conversation, and tell you what we deal with day to day on how to deal with certain taxes. Like, give you a perfect example. Um, when you dealing with the when you're dealing with the like the IFTA, that's a tax, you know, but that's your that's the tax. What is it? Something I can never think of, foreign something to do with the IFTA tax stands for. And but that's your tax you have to pay when it comes to paying taxes when it comes to your fuel tax. You know, if the and that's a part of the
It's
tax
the
up under your authority.
IFTA is the International Fuel Tax Agreement.
Yeah, and so you're going to pay that, and that's where you pay for different states you go in, and you know you get
Hmm.
fuel.
And that's
So,
quarterly as
and
well.
that's
That's
quarterly.
quarterly.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. And then, like I said,
And that's now with the IFTA tax, it's very detailed because of the documentation you have to have even to process the IFTA tax. That's just not something you go online and
mm-mm,
click a pay online button, and it's a lot of steps that goes into that.
exactly. And so that, but those right there, that right there is just, I think that's like what, four taxes we're talking about. You do yours. We in the fourth quarter now.
Yes, we,
Yeah.
we are.
Yep.
They
We're in the
do
fourth
by
quarter.
the,
They do by what? December or January? I think January. January. I think the
well, last quarter's was due today, so
yeah. I think, but I think
last quarter
fourth.
taxes was due today.
Okay.
Taxes, your 941 tax was due today. Your IFTA tax was due today, um, and your state tax, which is filed online, was due today. All third quarter taxes was due today, and
He said I'm late. Okay.
so um, and then fourth quarter,
Yeah. It's due
fourth
January.
quarter
I think it's due in January for IFTA, right?
into
I think yeah.
December, into
In
December, into
December.
December.
Okay.
All taxes are due at the end of the month of whatever that third month is.
That quarter is the quarter
End of
is
the quarter, whatever the last day of that month is.
okay.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
either going to be the 30th or the 31st of December.
Okay. So and so when you think about that, you know, and guys, you know, and ladies that's on the call, that's why I said I couldn't do this without my wife. The that front office is everything. That office makes it, you know, when it comes to just support and it's those taxes is one thing. I mean, it is, and you have to be accountable for every cent, you know. And so
Documentation is
yeah,
important. Don't throw anything away when it comes to, even to your, when it comes to IFTA, don't throw no gas receipts away because you're going to need
yeah,
them.
yeah, exactly. And then and that's the thing, you know.
Any
Everything,
receipt for
yeah,
that.
pretty
That's
much,
what you
yeah,
was about
because it'll be you.
to say, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
you better believe it. I keep a wallet full of receipts. Somebody be like, man, they be like, they have me all the time, like, man, what that money here for? I said, man, what them receipts here
Yeah.
for? I be like, man, I got a
Don't
bunch of
throw
receipts.
away any receipts when it comes to your business.
Yeah,
Keep
looking
them
at my,
all. Find a
look,
box and toss them in there.
exactly, looking at my wallet, all you see is a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
receipts, man.
Mm-hmm.
I feel you. Mine stand on my head
Mm-hmm.
about doing administration. Oh, yours stand. Yeah, I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you. Yeah, man. So you know, and so with that, you know, and then like I said, that's just and then when we get ready, and this is what I was saying earlier, when we get ready to do um our monthly, and this goes to workman comp,
Mm-hmm.
and even though workman comp's not a tax, but the way they do it,
Mm-hmm.
it might well be a tax
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you have to, because for every I want to say for either every told me don't bring her no more receipt. Like, nah, everything is digital. Nah, man, everything not digital. I
You
understand
scan
what she's trying
them
to say.
in. You can find an app
Yeah,
to scan them
you can
in and
scan
send
them
it
in.
to her.
Yeah, you can scan them in. Because to be honest with you, I will say this too, Funk Dog. My son, that's what his job is. He's in college. So his job is he scans all my receipts in, and they're in the digital process. So if you have kids, make that
Give them a
their job.
job.
Give them a
Mm-hmm.
job, man, and pretty much be a tax write-off. They'll be
Yep.
an employee.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Because he's in college, so that he comes and he works at the office, and all he do is scan receipts in and things like that. But that's where you can kind of put them to work, man, and everything. Because I remember when my son was young, me and him I used to give him a task, and I used to make him roll coins. And he'd sit there and roll the coins and everything. And it was funny to watch him roll the coins. He was like, Dad, I didn't know we had this much money. And I'm looking at him like, you don't have that much money. That's daddy's money. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pay you a stipend out of that rolling them coins. But nah, my son, yeah, that joker right there. He going like, okay, I'm gonna find a way to make some money. But yeah, we used to roll coins, and then I came up with a little machine that can roll the coins, and then we used to go to Kroger's and put them in the little Kroger's thing, and it spin around. But I think did they have like $1,000? I think one time when TJ was rolling that money. You know what I'm saying? Just in
You had
coins.
$1,000 in coins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so with all that said, that's just so when you on here, you want to find something for your kids to do, teach them how to scan in. She told me if the IRS come for me, give them my business account info and fuel cards because it tracks everything. It does, and maintenance receipts and everything else I keep. That's true. That is true.
So
I'm not,
what the fuel card,
which is what we use.
whichever
Again,
fuel card you
hmm
use, if it tracks all your if the information, then you should have you should be able to download um you should be able to download the information needed for IFTA. It should give you a button that it'll say IFTA taxes, and you
hmm
download it, and then that'll have the information that you need to upload into the state website where you have to go file your IFTA taxes, which is on the state website. So yeah.
Yep, exactly. So, and this is the thing and like I said, my e-log tracks my IFTA.
Yep.
Yeah, you can have that. You can do it that way too, because
Yep.
yeah, I think it's used to be keep trucking. Motive now. Yeah, they do. It does all that. I mean, technology today. But I will say this at the end of the day, still, regardless, when you run a small business, you still have to, it's as a driver or owner of that business, you
You do more than just drive a truck.
yeah, and you have to learn to, if you can, like I'm thankful to have my wife working for the company, and put in the info every time. Yeah, yes, yeah, you can do that. You can put that in every time. Um, when I'm thankful to have my wife on to do it, so that way a lot of stuff I can focus on growing the company and doing things like that. And, and so, but as she'll tell you, you learn a lot when you working, like her job. If her job is okay, I'm focused on dealing with the finances of the company. Okay, then I'm not trying to get her to be driving the truck or focusing on dispatching. I'm trying to get her to focus, because for finances, I need her to be focusing on how to make sure things are documented the way they need to be documented, and at the same time, be able to try to find cost savings, because there are things that you can save when it comes to your taxes. Like I said, the difference in your structure. If you're going to be an LLC, be an LLC. Okay, how many trucks do you want up under that LLC? And
Mm-hmm.
then know the legalities of where you want to be because of the tax breaks you try to get.
Mm-hmm.
Now, myself personally, because I'm S corp, I tend to have taxes taken out of my check, and that way at the end of the year, if I'm gonna get any money, I'm getting it from Tory, not Crawford. You know what I'm saying? So, what you said, preacher, a lot of drivers don't do administrations and they riding dirty. I seen the tag with 2022 on it. and if the stickers posted on twin.
Ooh,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
brave.
Yeah, they very brave. They just ain't got pulled over yet, so
They
they would be
brave.
working with. They would not have my placard on the side of their truck. I can tell you that. Because at the end of the day,
They real
you know,
brave.
I'm gonna get into the next tax. The next tax, like just talked about, the
Mm-hmm.
2290.
Ooh.
You know, yeah, the 2290, and some of it, and some people call it the heavy road use tax. You know what I'm
Yeah, that
saying?
2290 is deep too.
Yeah, so and so
Is
um
that the 550?
yep. And now people don't say, okay, why you call it 550? Because that's how much it is every year, regardless. You know, and so it's hard out
Yeah,
here. Yeah,
yes, it
it
is. It
is.
is
It's
hard.
it is. That's what I'm
It is.
saying. You have to structure your business right.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I get on here on Tuesdays. Me and my wife get on here on Tuesdays to try to give advice. I follow a blog, and I'm gonna just say this blog because I'm not trying to give a shout out like that because this is just the roads, yeah, they are, man, they are. I would say 20's getting better because they've been working on it. They're redoing 20 right now, so I will say it's
Well,
good.
when we were at the conference last year,
Mm-hmm.
and the governor was there. Was it the governor?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he say they were going to be working on 20?
Yeah, that was Kemp said that, and actually
He
that was
said they were going to work on 20 because of just for he was trying to do something good for the transportation
transportation.
industry.
But
Mhm.
but guess what, babe? That actually was this year. Remember,
That was this year?
it was in
That was the
Jan.
beginning?
I think it was in January when we went to.
Oh, okay.
Because my fact, we was down there doing. Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
it was New Year's. It was New Year's going to January because remember we was there because of the when we there because of the when we watched the game. So that was last year, but it was January too because we went to that 1 day course. It was I think it was right. If I'm not one
I think
was it January or did we come back in January? But
I can.
yeah. But anyway, we was there and yeah, they added lanes on 20. Yeah, man.
What's the UCR?
Um, it's got to train the DR. Okay, just found out our UCR payments got to train DOT
You
officers
paying them to
manually.
bust us.
Oh yeah, yeah, the UCR tax. Yeah, yeah. You gonna look when you think about it. Like I said,
They adding a lane on 20?
they they're adding, yeah, because what happened is that they're what they're doing, they're pinching it down to 4. That's why they kind of making everybody go to the right. And then if you look to the right, they're adding that lane. They're trying to make that more of a, I think it's going to be a lane where as you come on, you might not be able to enter right on the 20. It's kind of like I think Memorial Drive, how it was on Memorial Drive. Yeah, and you can't enter. You're going to have to go up, I think 1 or 2 exits, and then you'll be able to get on. Because at Panola Road, it throws a lot of traffic at Panola Road.
Right,
So I
right.
think they're going to bring it all the way up from when you enter at Evans Mill. I think it's going to be like that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's why they're clearing the trees. He's right. He's right. He's talking about right there at where Evans Mill and right after you get past Turner
Yeah, where
Turner
they're clearing.
Turner Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Eric. So as soon as you enter Evans Mill, Evans
Mm-hmm.
Mill have a bypass, and actually, Evans Mill, once you get on it, out down, go down the bottom of the hill, get on Evans Mill, you're actually going that whole exit.
Oh,
Remember,
hold
and
down
then
another. Yeah.
it's gonna keep doing the same thing to kind of keep people from trying to get on 20. So some of our tax dollars, and we talked. The governor said it. He said, "Hey,
Yeah.
and they're trying to add truck routes too, coming up 16.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to add truck routes coming out of Savannah. So some of the money is doing what it's due, but that's and at the end of the day, when you talk about the 2290 or the 550, taxes are taxes. For small businesses, it's hard out here. That's why I say go get the ebook, and the ebook will tell you everything you need to know about, how to start it and run it and grow your business. If you go to Crawford Logistics and Associate.com, of course, www.crawfordlogisticsandassociates.com, then you'll see the great things we're doing. Yeah, that is a lonely man highway. Yeah, it is. That's why they're adding that truck lane so they won't be lonely no more. But that's what Governor Kemp said. So, but yeah, you go, if you go to like I said, so we could talk about the different taxes and how to structure your business where, with the start it, run it, and grow it at the ebook. Go get the ebook. Love to have your support. Just telling everybody about it. I'm not trying to be on here and be a salesman. I'm really trying to make sure the individuals stay in the business. But I was going to say something about, I follow this blog. It's called freightwave.com. And I remember when I went to this seminar in Athens. And when I went to this seminar, if you probably go back to about April when I think I talked about either April or May after I got from the seminar. And I talked about how I met some of the CEOs of the the biggest trucking companies, as far as ebook is on your page. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Crawford,
Crawford
Crawford
Logistics
and
Associates.com.
Associates.com.
Thanks, man. Phone dial, yeah, for asking. Just go to the website and you'll see it, and it's a button for it, and you can do the. See, you sound like you already in it, so you just probably you can buy it either way. You can buy it as a bundle, start it, run it, and grow it, or you can just buy it just like yourself. It seems like you're probably in the basically running it and grow it. So. Each book is like $9.99, I think $9.99 or $9.95. I think that's what it is. But it's on the site, and like I said, depending on what you would like to, what you need. The grow it side, it really talks about, when it gets into the growth of your business, man, the next tiers you want to do and things like that. It gets into those as far as like your authority, if you have your authority, if you don't have your authority. I can avoid that. Hooray. Thanks, man.
How do you pin a post?
So yeah, man. So with that said, man, I at the end of the day, man, I just want to try to get individuals that's in the business to get in the business, and I want to see them start. And so what I was talking about, the Freight Wave blog, they was talking about things that they told me in April that the stuff was going to start happening, and everything that when I went to that seminar has basically happened. One of the CEOs talked about the fact is that it was going to be, financial issues, and a month later, 2 banks closed.
Mm-hmm.
One CEO talked about the fact is there was going to be a lot of mergers and acquisitions. This was way before YRC went out of business or Convoy, and now all those things are being bought up. Knight ended up buying, US Express. One CEO talked about the fact is that things are gonna. He said, I feel like I'm renting a place. I just need to get to the next level. The stress out here is for real. Trying to stay compliant and ain't no joke. It is. It isn't, man. It's no joke. And that's why I was saying about I sent this text to someone and they asked me, should I buy a truck currently at this moment? And I just literally talked to her 3 weeks ago. Oh yeah, they are going under. And so, Funk, if you get a chance, man, go to freightwave.com and you will see, and it talks about the capacity of freight currently. If you listen to that podcast, they're literally talking about how it's so hard this quarter. But what I was saying about April of last year, this year when I went to the seminar, they talked about it's going to be Q2 of 2024. So second quarter, you might start seeing a little bit of easing. If you can make it the second quarter, you'll see a little bit of easement. Third quarter, you should be a little bit through the threshold. This is just my opinion, but these guys talked about things the way it happened as currently since I met them in April. It has been everything they've been saying. And they said, Crawford, if you can hold on the second quarter of 2024, you will see a little bit of a break. Not saying everything's going to be perfect, because even these guys are seeing things, but that's why when I watched the Freight Wave blog, it's just so interesting that they went back and talked to one of the CEOs that I met And he is saying right now he has tractors parked. He has tractor trailers parked and will not put a driver in them. Because first of all, for insurance, yeah, I know that is a long time, man. I ain't gonna lie. We talk about it too, man. We just renewed our insurance and everything. I'm like, oh my God. So yeah.
Insurance renewal is a whole
That's
nother
a
conversation.
whole nother
A whole nother
conversation.
lie.
We'll get on that on another live. But today, but today, family, just those few taxes we talked about. We talked about payroll taxes.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about 2290. Can you blame it? Oh, I think I lost my co-host. Yeah, you can't blame them, man. It gets to be, that the fact is that, man, it gets to be to the point where, sometimes it gets a little tough on it. But I think I lost my wife. She probably get back in. But anyway, we talked about the payroll tax. We talked about 2290. We talked about if the taxes. We talked about just just making sure you have a good bookkeeper. I lost you. Did I lose you? Oh, she's still here. And so we talked about, just those things. But like I said, I was hoping that I get my wife to close out with us. I don't know what happened. She's chimed out. There she go. Hold on a second. All right, let me let her back in. Let's see if she. There she go. Hey, there you go, beautiful.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
hit the. I swiped the screen and it took me out.
Yeah, okay.
It took me out.
It's
I didn't mean to swipe it. But yeah.
So we talked about payroll taxes, 2290. What else we talked about? If the taxes, and I think that's it, right?
Payroll 2290. Yeah. And then touched a little bit on workman's comp.
Yeah. So everybody, family, like I said, we just get on here as a family and as a couple that we run this business every day. Well, that's what I'm gonna do, man. We're gonna sit down and talk, man. I'm thinking about and found out I really want to definitely, man, try to I want to sit down and have a conversation with you live so that we can talk about just the everyday of being in the business and how just having a conversation about the industry. Funk Dog asked, Funk 5 asked us, about, sitting down and talking.
We could do a follow up with them.
We definitely gonna do that because in December we want to do more where we can open it up more like a forum, and that we can sit down and be talking to individuals that own trucks or trying to get into business. It just kind of have a
Well, he could schedule time on Acuity.
Yeah, well, like I said, but see, the difference in him is he just basically, us talking to him about how he's running his business.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And we did it to the consultant side. That's when he said, okay, I might need to, talk to you about this. Then we can do that. But as far as like, him being an owner, what does he see? Having a conversation, that's basically what he's talking about. Because like he said, the one thing I will say about transportation, and this is what I was saying to you, Bay, about keeping that forum, the forum where because you get lonely in it. You see what I'm saying? And did I lose you, Bay? I think you keep falling, you keep going out. It's like a still shot with her. I don't know what happened. But anyway, everybody, just want to say thank everybody for coming on. I think I keep getting a still shot. My beautiful wife's still on there, but it's like she's going and it's like the page froze up. So anyway, if I can get her back in, I will, and we'll see what happens. It's like this still shot. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for let me see if I can let her back in and see if her face will move. This is crazy. What's happening?
You sent a request for me to join, and it kicked me back out.
Okay.
when I got kicked out the last time, your request just came through and it
Okay.
kicked me out.
Kick the value again. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, anyway, so look, we're gonna go ahead and get ready, set, but like I said, phone dog, I'm gonna reach out to you, man. We'll talk because, like I said, I want to open it up the forum, but I want to get it to the point where, because sometimes as a driver, do you feel lonely, or business owner in this business, or,
Mhm.
and you want to share ideas of, okay, yeah, definitely. Definitely, man. Definitely. We're gonna, make that happen. Because what happened, we want to be able to open the forum up to drivers that are in it, drivers that, are trying to get in it, and drivers that, are looking to figure out how to grow. Because man, at the end of the day, like I said, I know the second quarter does seem like a long time, but um, and Phone Dog, when you get a chance, listen to that podcast. And the next time we come on here, I want let me know what if you listen to it. It talked about 2008 and 2009, and I'm not trying to close on nothing negative at
What
all.
podcast is that?
The phone, you remember the freight wave I sent you this morning?
Okay.
I sent you that freight wave, and I
Okay.
said that it talked about the current condition of freight right now,
Mhm.
and they talked about that it kind of reminds you of 2008, 2009 when the Great Recession,
Mhm.
set
Mhm.
in because you got financial institution tightening their money up. Um, and so, yeah, April second quarter, yes. Um, so financial institutions are starting to tighten up their lending process. That's why when you look at when Convoy went out of business,
Mhm.
you see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Mhm.
with all that said, that's what Freight Wave talked about, but at the same time, this is what these guys talked about in April of saying how things was going to happen. That's why they said but they were saying things was going to go through a rough patch. But if you get through the rough patch, they're thinking that second quarter of next year,
Mhm.
that
We'll
2024,
start
that you
turning around.
start seeing a little turnaround because it did happen the same way in 2008. You went through a whole year and then it started changing the following. Okay, you follow Jack Logistics. She puts out great info. Okay, well that's good, man. Okay, sounds good, man. Definitely, making sure that, because we are a community. That's one thing I would say about transportation. We are a community. And at the end of the day, it's really about figuring out how to survive, and at the same time, if we can, continue to use each other platforms to continue to reach out to the constituents that we have and make sure that
Mhm.
everybody is trying to, because when you it's because that old cliche, and I know we got to get ready to go. That old saying, "This is not checkers, man. This is chess."
Mhm.
I'm gonna say it again. This is not checkers.
Mhm.
This is chess.
Mhm.
And I don't think nobody want to lose their knight, their king,
Mhm.
their queen, or their rook. None of that. But you're gonna pawn something. So anyway, but hey, babe, enough about the taxes. We'll, glad everybody enjoy. Be safe on Halloween. The Edie go get some candy. Oh, she's still there.
She's still here.
I thought I was gonna get some candy, man. So man,
Hey, nobody's ringing the doorbell.
mm,
Ain't nobody
that's what's wrong.
even come yet. Normally
That's
my doorbell would be ringing off the hook
that's
right
what's wrong
now.
with the kids today. They don't even go outside.
It's
I understand though.
cold. It's cold.
Man, it's
It's
not
cold.
cold.
No, it is. No, it's cold outside.
Oh,
There's
okay.
ain't nobody coming out here. It's cold outside.
Okay. All right. So,
It's 6:42. If they not ringing my doorbell by now, they not coming.
yeah, I don't want to have all that candy. That's pretty much why I had the candy in my bag. I said, well, we'll get some and not let Halloween sneak up. But it's all good. So anyway, babe, we're gonna tell me a little bit about what you got going on with Crawford Naturals, man.
Well, tomorrow I'll be stocking this. I'm going down to the sister shop tomorrow to put in a new soap bar, our coffee and whiskey soap bar.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we will be the sister shop is going to have a market, a holiday market down at Atlantic Station
Okay.
in December, and I
Okay.
will be participating in those markets. I will be I'm going to be at the festivals. I'm probably going to attend the same festivals that I attended last year, the Black Expo, and the Black Women's Expo, 2 different ones. Black Expo, I think it's the Black Business Expo, and
Yeah, it's
then the
like
Black Women's.
yeah, it is the Black Business Expo and the Black Women Expo.
Yeah, so I'll participate in those 2 this year as well, and our and just go to our website at crawfordnaturals.com.
Well, that's good stuff right there.
Yeah.
So everybody, please support
We got
my wife.
natural men's soap. We got beard oil. We got beard
Beard.
balm,
Yeah,
men's
beard.
soap bars.
Yeah.
And I do have a page, a section on there, on the page for women's products as well. I have women's soap and my body conditioner for women who suffer from dry skin.
Exactly. So please support. Like I said, the biggest thing is that what we do get on here.
All
we always
handmade by me.
Yeah, by them hands right there. So
Made in the USA.
Just making sure everybody understands this, and that's what it's about. Business, we go here and talk about business, and taxes are all in businesses, no matter what it is, whether it's in transportation or whether in, hair care or natural soap or any kind of business, there's taxes in it. And the main thing that you want to make sure you deal with, when it come to different taxes that we talked about, because even when you deal with like your business taxes, because we have, on our current buildings, we have to have property taxes. So pay property taxes, and you better believe this, so it is what it is.
Handmade by me.
Yeah. So my wife is talking about Crawford Natural. She just basically telling you that even within her business still have taxes no matter what. So just want to thank thanks, man. But yeah, okay, you down in the valley also. Yeah, it is warm down there. Gonna always be warm next to Florida, man. But definitely, man, we Phone Dog, appreciate you getting on here, man. Miss Nelson, thank you for getting on here. Just want to thank everybody for getting on here. Miss Dina Smith, thank you for getting on here. Who else is on here? I'm trying to see everybody. But anyway, if I missed anybody, thank you for getting on and chiming in. It means a lot. Like we always say, another day above ground is a good day. That means you can get it right. And the one thing I will always say, and I always close with it, this is my new slogan: it gets better. It gets better. Just believe that. God always tell you it gets better. So thank everybody, man, for being on here. Babe, thank you. And I'll see you in a little bit. But like I said, everybody, want to say peace out, man. Thank you. All right, man. Talk to you in a minute.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye.